Hey, everybody. I hope you all have had a great day today so far, if you're watching live. Um, and I hope that you all will have a great day, depending on when you're watching. But I just ended up watching a little over an hour interview on the channel Growing Up in Scientology with Aaron. I haven't actually watched his channel before, but I am going to subscribe because he did an excellent interview with Brother Bilal, and he allowed him to talk and express himself and to get some things corrected. And I also want to shout out to a commenter, Kate Ashley 950. She commented on one of the older videos and said, gave an update and was saying how he was on growing up on in Scientology on Tuesday, January 26th. So I had not seen the video. I wasn't aware of it. So because of her comment, I went and looked at the video. So I just wanted to make sure I gave a public shout out to you, Kate Ashley, and thank you for that comment. And as you know, I read every comment, even if I haven't had a chance to comment or like or respond yet. I do read every comment, so I always appreciate you all commenting and leaving your thoughts and your feedback. But I did go to Growing Up in Scientology, and I've linked the channel below so that you all can go and check out his channel as well and subscribe. And like I said, he did an excellent job with allowing Brother Bilal to just tell his side of his story, because so many people out there will get a clip of somebody's story and will just tell that part and that part only. And what Brother Bilal was expressing was that what he said, some of the salacious things that he said, allegedly, I'll say for my channel's sake, especially when it comes to Will and some of his extramarital activities with other men, how people really held on to that. And that was the story that many people were focusing on, because that's the juicy stuff, right? And he was like, no, that is just part of the story. And as I've expressed, and a lot of you have expressed in the comments too, it's like, yeah, okay, that's juicy. But that is not the whatever you choose to do, whatever you and your wife choose to do, we may wow for a moment, but that's not the issue at hand. The issue here is what power and money, and now what Brother Bilal is saying, what he said really intentionally during this interview, was that Scientology has a big role to play here in regards to allowing illegal things and holding things over people's heads and hiding things, especially for celebrities, because some of you all may have looked into Scientology, not necessarily for a personal practice, but to get more information. And like channels like mine and others who are much larger channels, we've looked into those things, or at least looked into a little bit more information about it. And you may know that you have to sign a billion-year contract, and that's based off some of the how can I say, some of the things that Scientology teaches you and believes as a foundation of that cult, if you will. And so it was just a lot that he was expressing. And one of the big things that I took from that is, yes, you'll hear some juicy things as all of these things are coming out about extramarital affairs and toys and um, playtime, if you will. You all understand what I'm saying there. But what Brother Bilal is really trying to get to is that Will and Jada, allegedly, from his point of view, especially with him being in their circle for almost 4 decades, that they have done illegal things. And in that interview, he even said that he saw some things with his own eyes, and that is what he is passionate about, is that he's passionate about getting the truth out to where Will and Jada will be charged for the things that they have done. And so he talks about in the interview, talks about his book and how this is in the book and this is in the book. And so I wanted to, as I went through the interview um, on growing up in Scientology, as I went through that, I took notes on what he was noting would be in his book. And he also noted that in about 2 days, which I'm assuming is Friday at this point, on the 30th, the book would actually be shipping out via FedEx. So for those who have purchased the book, I know we have some commenters who have mentioned that they've purchased the book. It looks like it will actually be shipping out on Friday, later this week. So we'll all be looking out for that. And I did put a poll too in, which is actually my first poll in our community. I put in there seeing if you all have purchased a book or if you are even interested in purchasing the book. So if you haven't already, go ahead and comment in there and just let me know, because I'm just interested in seeing like how many people will actually be getting it and reading it, and how many of you all will just watch YouTube videos like mine and others on the update. So when I was going through and listening to growing up in Scientology, here were the notes that I took. So one was that Brother Bilal shared how he went to Colombia after, I think, the second interview that he did on Unwind with Tasha K. But first, he went to Mexico. So he was in Mexico because he did have threats against his life. And then he went to Colombia. And that's when people hadn't heard from him for a while. And that's when a lot of you all found my channel, because we were like, where in the world is Brother Bilal? And what happened? And we went to his Instagram and Reddit and all the things. And Tasha K hadn't said anything. We're like, whoa, where is this man? So he noted that he went to Colombia because he needed to figure out his next move, that he alleges that Jada and Will Smith are extremely dangerous people, and he really needs to understand his next move. And so while he was in Colombia, he hired private investigators to focus solely on information on putting Will and Jada Smith in jail. Not the spicy stuff, the illegal things that they have done, whether in or outside of Scientology, to put them in jail, because that is his goal. He also mentioned that Tom Cruise was the one who allegedly introduced Jada and Will to Scientology, mostly through Jada. And he noted that allegedly Jada was the one who was really gung-ho in Scientology, and that Will kind of follows suit. One, because Scientology had some information or some dirt, if you will, on Will, but also just following under his wife, and that's how they got involved. And he alleges that even to this day, with that billion-year contract, that they are still paying into Scientology. Now, I don't think, and I could have missed that note on how active they are at this point of their lives in Scientology, but that allegedly, he alleges that they are still paying because of that $1 billion contract. And that is a contractual agreement, as he noted. He also noted, and I'm going to look this up because I haven't, you all let me know, I haven't heard anything about Wicked Wisdom band that apparently Jada was in. And he noted that there were a lot of demonic symbolisms in this band. And I'm going to look it up. He said it was as simple as a Google search. It's called Wicked Wisdom Band, is what he alleges. So you all let me know if you heard of that before, but I'm going to do some research on it and see what I can find about it, because that's interesting. He also noted that he just did a cross-examination on Jada. And I think we noted that in one of the other videos. But that on 1:30, which is Friday, on January 30th, that he is going to be doing another cross-examination on Jada, and that this is open to the public. So if you all watch this video before 1:30, January 30th, that you are able to go and watch that cross-examination. I'll try to put the case number. He noted it in that interview, and I'm not for sure that I wrote it down correctly. So I'm going to look up that case number so that, if you all want to look at that yourselves as I'm doing research. And if you all do want to go and look at that cross-examination that is open, you would have all the information that you need at least to get started. He also noted that he has been offered money to settle out of court, and how he needs money right now through the book sales, through his, I think he has Cash App, I think he has Zelle, that he really needs this money because he noted that he was making upwards of $300,000 annually, year over year, and to go into nothing. And of course, he alleges that he's been blackballed from Hollywood, and he has slept. I don't know if he's currently in his car. I couldn't understand that part, but he's been sleeping in his car, that he literally has nothing, and he is fighting against people who are worth $500 million and who are in, celebrity or who are celebrities and in Hollywood, and have all of these connections over these decades that they've been in Hollywood. And so he is fighting the good fight. But it takes money and it takes time. And so he was just noting how his financial situation is completely different than what it has been before. So settling out of court would be amazing for him, and in a financial way. However, he just can't. He will not stop until Will and Jada are held accountable for the things that they have done. So this is going to be a long saga. I can see it now, because some of these things they take years. And with his lack of funds, I'm rooting that the truth is told and that justice is served, And I did order a book, and so I'm waiting on that to come. He did mention too in that interview that there is an ebook available if we want a copy of it urgently. I went to the link. I did not see an ebook option. So I am going to send him an email to see the email that's in the description. I am going to send him an email to see if that is actually an option, or if that's available now, so that I can get my hands on it earlier and we can all see, what in the world is in this book. Let's see. Some of the other notes that I took were that in the book, he says that he is going to talk about some things that he has done that are illegal. But now that the statute of limitations are in effect, that he can talk about them. And that is part of the reason why him and Will had such a tight friendship, because of some of the things that he has done and has lied for Will, and has them legal things that he's done. He alleges that he put his hands on people, hurt people for Will. And so that's part of why all of those decades he had a really solid relationship with Will. He also alleges that in the book he talks about how there were times where Will called him and he was on his last straw. And if you read between the lines, you understand what I'm trying to say there. That Will was on his last straw, and how Brother Bilal had to talk him off the ledge. Uh, so that's going to be interesting to read. He says, and he said it before in Tasha K's interview, and sorry if you hear my dog barking, that you are going to cry, that you're going to be angry, that you are going to need tissue, and all the things, because of what you are going to read in the book. Hi, Unbroken. I see you. I can't wait for that book. I'm telling you, same here. What kind of dog is it? My dog is a Labradoodle. He is a Labradoodle. He is 5, and he is a big old dog. I did not think he was going to be this big, but he is a Labradoodle. He is just as sweet as he wants to be, but he has a big old bark and it's super loud. Oh man. But yes, speaking of Kleenex, yes, I'm so interested in, you know, I research a lot of these things, and even before I picked back up on this YouTube channel, just I'm reading your comment. He sounds like yeah, he does. He's a big old dog. He really is. But as there's some things that just I don't really want to read, but I know that's happening in this world. And oh, I'm just like almost dreading, like, what in the world is Brother Bilal about to put out? Like it, oh, I'm kind of nervous about it, but I'm gonna read it. I am gonna read it. Yeah. I see I ordered my book and it still has not come yet. So I was talking about in this live how I had a commenter comment how Brother Bilal was on a interview with the channel Growing Up in Scientology, with a man named Aaron on that side. I mentioned it below in the description if you want to check out his channel, Growing Up in Scientology. And he just did it live, or did an interview with that channel about 2 days ago. And he noted that the book will be shipping in about 2 days. So from the date that the interview happened, it looks like Friday is when the books are actually going to be shipped out. So, but he also noted that there is an option to order an ebook, but I went to the link and I didn't see it there to see, if I could go ahead and get my hands on it earlier. So I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure we've all seen, especially on Reddit, how crazy Hollyweird is. Man, the stories that I've read, I've literally been in the middle of a story and was like, I can't read any more of this. This is extreme. And that's the stuff that's public. Like, think about all the things that happen behind closed doors. It It gives me the chills. And it's like all these people are keeping all of these secrets. All these people are keeping all these secrets about each other. And no wonder they protect each other. No wonder people end up 6 feet under because they know what they know. And they know what they know about you, you know? Ugh. And that is a rabbit hole with the elites, and going down that rabbit hole on what in the world they know and what they do and what they control. When you have money and you have power, the way you can control a lot of people to do whatever you want them to do, y'all, it gets, whew, it gets crazy. Um, but as I said, like Brother Bilal, he mentioned that he is sleeping in his car. He has slept in his car because of the money that he's put out and how Hollywood has blackballed him. And so he's not making any money right now. And so with like the book sales and everything that's going on, that's really how he's making his money right now, to use to help with the legal fees and all of those things, because that's his number one goal, is to get Will and Jada Smith charged with the things that they have done that we'll find out in the book. And one thing that I keep wondering is Brother Bilal mentioned on Atasha K Live that there would be QR codes to some of the evidentiary support for whatever, has been said in the book. And I'm wondering if there's still QR codes in this book. I'm really wondering about that. He mentioned Scientology a lot in this interview, and maybe that's part of the Growing Up in Scientology channel. But he mentioned it a lot, and how they were hiding a lot of the things that Will and Jada has done, and how Tom Cruise, introduced Jada into Scientology, and how they recruit and all of these things. It's going to be, yeah, it's going to be interesting. So I suspect that by late next week, so probably the first week of February, for those that ordered your book earlier, that we'll be getting the first rounds of books. He said that they'll be shipped out through FedEx. So I'll also be on standby if there is a way to order the ebook, and see if I want to spend that change on getting that the ebook, and kind of giving you all a heads up on what to expect when you receive your ebook. I'm not going to have any I just forgot the word, any yeah, I know you all are saying it, but I cannot think of the word right now. But I won't, spoiler alerts. Yes, I won't give any spoilers out. But anyway, I did just want to share what he shared in that interview. You all, please go check it out. It's a little over an hour. And I linked Aaron's channel in the description. You all subscribe to his channel as well to get some updates. It looks like Brother Bilal is open to another interview with him. So I want to make sure you all get that information as well, as you are interested. But that's all that I have. And I will see you all in the next update. Have a good one.